Evolution of the industry has changed to where record keeping is tremendously more important.
Made a new rule and everybody had to start keeping records.
Everything's documented.
Again, third and final session of the day, the collision of data and agriculture. Challenges create the greatest opportunities. So, our first presenter today, and you had him here just recently as a moderator, is Joe Dager. He's our resident lean expert, as you all know. Joe will be talking about POT, and that's process ownership and transparency. Joe has a broad background in manufacturing, sales, and marketing, and at ApRecs he is responsible for a number of things, including our customer experience and onboarding success programs. Let's move on to Joe Dager, and he will explain what he's been spreading around the room. Joe.
Thanks, everyone. We're in the food business, and we're empowered by information and the data and the power to make food safety a friendlier place. And really, to do that, we need to improve awareness across the food safety chain. But I think that awareness is limited by our acceptance that good is good enough. You know, we have an onslaught of information and technology. And this technology, though not as prevalent in tree fruit, I think, as it is in row crop, it's becoming more commonplace every day. And technology is really developing faster than we can consume it. Drones are so prevalent that they come out of nowhere, even bothering passenger aircraft. I just read, well, we have laws enacted by the end of the year to take care of this, so we'll be okay. And that's the regulation part of it. And they're developing rather slowly, okay? But I think they're increasingly more ambiguous. And it seems that we're facing more of them, not less, as we move forward. You know, but we need them. We need to guarantee to the public that our food supply chain has the wherewithal to provide traceability, preventive actions, employee training, and all those other things. And Britt mentioned a lot of them earlier today. The collision, and yes, there is a collision, and it's happening on the ground where technology, regulators, and growers fail to coexist. Regulators still require paper. And the simple fact is, technology will always exceed the adoption of use. However, is there anyone in this room that thinks agriculture, tree fruit, will not be using more technology in the future? Does anyone believe that food safety data will not be in the cloud in 5 years, 3 years, maybe 2 years? Technology wants to lead us. In row crop, they're getting amazing results with yields in managing chemicals and a host of other practices. They have turned technology into achieving business results. Regulators marvel at technology, but still want those paper records and binders. They want documentation. And even at that, they go to the web to verify the paper. However, that's not the only problem. When compliance is forced, we resist. It is our nature. We have done this since we were kids. Why do we need this? Why do we need this regulation? We are led, regulated, and on top of that, we get audited. I don't have any auditors in here, do I? Okay. The growers, of course, feels manipulated or forced into what is needed. There is pressure from everyone, and that collision forces a grower, maybe even an industry, to resist, to only be good enough. What we need in our industry is a shared purpose, a vision. We need to be empowered, not limited by technology and regulations. To achieve that vision, I recommend using pot. All right. Washingtonians have already found it to be an instrument. My state hasn't legalized it. Okay, they're good. How many have tried it? Now get your hands down back there, okay? All right. Well, what I really mean is process, ownership, and transparency. Regulations, technology themselves do not solve anything. It is through use, through a process we empower. A process can normalize and structure your work, your data, in such a way to eliminate forms of redundancy and ultimately allow the process of data without inconsistency. Change does not happen without a process and without standards. Ownership means making your data or the outcome of your data part of everyday work, part of the way you do things. On the other hand, ownership is not only a physical thing, it is a space thing. You need to own your own space and that space around you. In today's world, it is as important to converse through your data as it is to talk to each other. Anymore, they're one and the same. Your data needs to be a sync with others. Transparency. You have to be transparent to others. You have to control the process of who sees your information and what, the purpose for them seeing it. You have to know. Without that, we can't empower the food safety chain. What I would like to do is, there's some glasses out there, right? All right, would everybody just put a pair of glasses on? All right? To accomplish all these things I talk about and what you heard today is we need to look at things differently. Now, before you put them on, there's a secret here. See the little piece of cardboard right here? You got to pull that out. Okay? Put them on. All right, now this guy's pretty cool because they got different settings. You can go slow, you can just go standard, okay, and stop them. And that. We need to look at things differently. We need to take responsibility for our information and turn it into relevant data. In the age of abundance, it's not about doing more. It's about separating yourself from the competition, from people that think good is good enough. Good, now here's how I want you to think about it though. Good is not good enough. Through process, ownership, and transparency, we connect all to the food chain. In the age of abundance, exclusion will take place. The people that cannot control their pot will be excluded. The people that can control pot will succeed. I talk to people in a lot of other states, and I think Washingtonians are leading the way. I compliment you. I encourage you to take the glasses with you, and the next time you need to look at things in a different way, even during the Hort Show, put them on when you're at a vendor's booth. Okay? Be the change that you want to see in the world. Thanks.
Oh my, this is a different experience, but I am seeing things in a different way right now, and I can absolutely guarantee you that is the case. So thank you, Joe, for enlivening our discussion, and everybody will be asking throughout the rest of the session in the next couple of days, where'd you get those? And just tell them, let them know. AgX, Joe Dager, he lets you see things in a new way out there. So, well, good is not good enough.